Hello there modelers and welcome back to the train room, and it's going to be a bit of a sad one this episode because, as you can see behind me, I have ripped up the vast majority of the layout as we knew it, the layout I've been working on throughout this small series. It's one of the reasons why it's taken so long for me to get another episode out. Because basically after I did the paint on the tracks and ballasted the track, I ran into a lot of problems with the running of the trains. Especially in the station section on lines, 2, 3 and 4, basically all of them, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So basically that came down to me in the first episode where I laid all the track. I did not do it correctly. There were big gaps between the tracks and the fish plates, especially in the station section, between the points and the station lines. And it wasn't a problem during the summer and when the track wasn't ballasted. Even when I put the track back together after the house move, it wasn't an issue. But when it got colder in the train room, the tracks retracted, and basically I lost contact in multiple places. I tried to salvage it by soldering, but the gaps were too big and it was causing derailments, it was causing major issues. And then on top of that, I don't think I filmed this, but I ballasted the points as well. And that went well at first, but something went wrong and they got all gunked up. And basically I lost continuity, and I cleaned the life out of the track and I thought I was getting somewhere. And whenever I would clean one of the lines, I would get it running, and then I'd move on to the next one, and then I'd go back to the other one, and then it'd stop working again. And there was no rhyme or reason as to why that was happening, so I could only put that down to just poor track laying and the points being gunked up with glue and with ballast. So I completely ripped it up. And we're going to start again. And the way we're going to start again is the way that I always should have done it, with this. So as you can see, this is a Kato V14 set. I decided to treat myself for Christmas and get this. This is the double track oval. And then on top of that as well, I've ordered 2 sets of V1, I believe it is, which is the passing loop section. So I've ordered 2 of those. And essentially what we're going to do is recreate the old track plan, but with Kato track. And then another upside is that the Kato points all come with point switches built in, point motors built in. So we should be able to exhibit the track, exhibit the layouts, excuse me. So I'm really looking forward to that. But for now, we will focus on ripping up the rest of the track and then laying down an oval so we can get trains running once again. I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Let's get into it. So here it is, in all its glory, all its destruction. As you can see, I've only done the front section of it at the moment and kind of half of the curves. So I'll put a short time lapse on and I'll rip the rest of it up. Okay, so now we have all the track up, and as you can see, it's a little bit of a mess. I've decided to keep the foam if I can, and I've got a shop vac just down here, so I'm going to hoover up the vast majority of stuff. I think these bigger bits here and here, I will actually grab a dustbin bag and just chuck all of that stuff in there, and then I'll hoover up the rest, and then we can get on with laying the brand new track. Let's do it. Okay, everyone, so the setting is clear, the layout is cleared, and we are set to actually start laying some track. Now, I'm sure you all are very familiar with Kato tracks, so I won't go about explaining what it is in depth. But the number one thing is that it is already ballasted. Now, this track is too long and there's too much of it to actually have all of it on the layout. So I won't do that, but I will put as much of it as I can on the layout and just make an oval for now. As I say, the points are coming soon. So yeah, I'll snap all the track together and hopefully we'll have a oval by the end of it. So there we have it, folks. That is the oval all made up, and as you can see, it's a little bit shorter than the oval I had previously, but that's okay. That works for me. As I say, I will have a few more lanes in the station, but yeah, the track plan is a bit tighter. I still have a bunch of track left over, so I haven't used all of it. The only thing I have left to do is add the power lines onto them. These just slot into where the tracks clip together, but I have some work to do on these before I do that. I just wanted to see what the track would look like, and as I say, I'm very satisfied with how that was, and it was super easy, so much easier than Pico, Hornby track, etc. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to messing about with these. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut off the ends of these and then put it into my combi controller, and then I might try and dig out the pulse width modulator and try and get that up and running instead of the Hornby controller and having to solder it in. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then hopefully we'll have some trains running. So here we are, folks. We have a train running. Put the Yamanote line up, which I will do a review of once the track is up and running properly. But I've noticed that both trains on both lines are stopping a little bit. I think it might just be a little bit dirty out of the factory, the track. See, it just kind of stopped for a minor moment there. But I can always solve that. There might be a bit of residue on there. But for all intents and purposes, we are running pretty nicely. And yeah, it's nice to have trains running again, at least for the meantime. So very excited about that. I'll just do a short montage of the trains running. It probably will just be one line at a time because I've just got the Gagemaster Combi. Do have the PWM here, but it would require me to cut off the power supply and screw it in. I just didn't really feel like doing that at 9:30 at night. So we'll run one line at a time, and yeah, we'll do a short montage.
Shining bright, dancing through this magic night. Groovy beats keep pulling me, lost in rhythm, wild and free. City's voices in the air, feel the groove, it's everywhere. Neon glowing and there's fun underneath the rising sun. Magic nights in Tokyo, feel the beat, just let it flow. Dancing in the city's heart, groovy times we never part. Tokyo. Feel the beat, just let it flow. Dancing in the city's heart. Groovy times, we never part.
So there we have it, folks, a couple of hours work and we have the layout back up and running, and that's what really matters, isn't it? So we've got trains running around a couple of iffy spots straight out the factory for the track. Probably just needs cleaning. The locos probably need cleaning. They've been running on extremely dirty track for the last couple of weeks, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case as well. So I'll clean them all up, make sure that they're running smoothly, and we'll get the second line running alongside adding the points for the station. Not sure how many cars we're going to be able to fit in, whether it's going to be 3, 4, because I think the points are on the straight, which they weren't when I initially built the layout. They were on the curve before, but nevertheless, we have 2 loops running on the track, and that's all that matters. We're going to have fun running trains and building scenery over the next few months. Just a channel update as well, life update. I am expecting a baby, so that's coming in June. So I'm going to try and get as much work done on the layout as possible before then, so when I come out to the layout for the short times that I am going to be able to, I can just focus on having fun and running trains. But in the meantime, I hope you guys have a great new year and doing well. I'll see you in the next one. Like and subscribe. Bye.